If you live in Delhi NCR, you already know the frustration. You buy a premium air purifier, plug it into your bedroom, and from November through January, that indicator ring stays stubbornly red or purple. Your first instinct is usually to blame the hardware. You clean the sensor, check the filter, or assume the machine is broken. But your purifier is working exactly as designed. The sensor is accurate. The problem is the math. Relying on a standalone premium purifier to get through a Delhi winter means you're trying to win a mass balance fight, not a filtration fight. To understand why the math breaks, look at the baseline severity of Delhi's air. For months, the outdoor PM 2.5 sits steadily between 250 and 400 micrograms per cubic meter. That heavy particulate load is driven by continuous, unbounded sources across the region, like seasonal stubble burning. Then you add acute spikes, like Diwali week, which push those numbers even higher and put extreme point source stress on any indoor filter trying to keep up. A local indoor machine is simply not built to handle a multi-month regional pollution event of this scale leaking into your home. Strip away the sleek marketing, and an air purifier is very simple. It is a fan and a HEPA filter inside a box. Manufacturers measure performance using CADR, or Clean Air Delivery Rate. A premium unit usually processes 150 to 300 cubic meters of air per hour. That number represents the machine pulling in air, filtering it, and blowing it back out, cycling a closed bedroom's volume several times an hour. But that CADR rating is calculated in a laboratory. It assumes the room you put it in is a perfectly sealed box. Real Indian apartments are not sealed boxes. They are built with aluminum window frames, AC wall sleeves, and doors with visible gaps underneath. Peer-reviewed field studies measure the infiltration factor of a typical Indian home at 0.71. That means 71% of outdoor particulate leaks inside, even with the window shut, nearly triple the rate of a standard U.S. home. The steady-state air quality equation is a tug-of-war. Clean air delivery on the left fights infiltration on the right. In October, with PM 2.5 around 80, the purifier wins. But when Delhi winter hits 250, the sheer volume of severe particulate completely overwhelms the machine. No matter how strong your premium fan is, it cannot clean the air fast enough to overcome that constant inward leak. We can see this play out in independent field data. The Air Quality Lab Smart Air ran a 9-day test in a 500-square-foot New Delhi office during winter. They tested a highly marketed premium Dyson unit. On average, the machine managed only a 49% reduction in indoor PM 2.5. Even at the purifier's absolute best performance during the test, the indoor air stayed 2.5 times above the WHO safety limit. This is a limitation of the entire recirculation category. A Dyson, a Sharp, or a Xiaomi will all lose the exact same mass balance fight. Upgrading from a 20,000 rupee unit to a 70,000 rupee unit buys you a sleeker design and a quieter fan. It does not buy you a way out of the mass balance equation. The engineering alternative that actually beats this problem is a positive pressure fresh air system. Instead of recirculating indoor air, the system draws outdoor air through clinical-grade HEPA filters and forces it inside. This pressurizes the house, reversing the airflow. Clean air physically pushes out through gaps, dropping infiltration to exactly zero. As a critical benefit, this continuous flushing out of old air displaces the high carbon dioxide that builds up in closed bedrooms overnight. By forcing air out instead of leaking it in, fresh air systems mathematically guarantee safe particulate and CO2 levels, regardless of outdoor smog. None of this means purifiers are bad products. They are highly effective tools, provided you use them in the right scenario. This matrix maps the correct choice based on space size and length of stay. If you live in a studio under 400 square feet, or a short-term rental where you can't modify walls, a standalone purifier is the smartest option. They are also excellent as an immediate 7-day stopgap to get you through acute events like Diwali week. Purifiers deliver incredibly high value for transient living or single small spaces. They only fail structurally when you try to scale them to protect a full family home. If you have a family living in a multi-room home and you're dealing with months of severe smog, your needs are different. For this specific scenario, a permanent fresh air system is the correct hardware choice. The trade-off is simple. You sacrifice the plug-and-play convenience of a portable unit and allow for the one-time drilling and installation required by a permanent system. So if your premium purifier's indicator stays red all winter, do not go out and buy a more expensive one. Trust the math, check your air monitors, and graduate to a permanent system.